In this episode of SAS Rugby's Insight, we're going to have a look at the England rugby team, specifically their set piece scrum, how they use their main decision makers, Farrell, Ford and Youngs, to create try scoring opportunities on the outside, and tactically what they want to try and do as a team. So for today, we're just going to have a look at this left-hand scrum of England. I'm first just going to let it play out for you to get the whole picture. Look at the strike dummy runners, the depth out of the back, and the width they create and the space for that winger to run it in. It's quite nice. Then the way we're going to unpack this is first we're going to look at the field position of the scrum and how that impacts the setup of the attack and defense. And from there the movement patterns, running lines of the backs, and then the decision makers and what visual cues they take off the defense to make the right decision. So let's dive straight in. So from this angle, clearly see the scrum is on the left hand side. Johnny May is already presenting himself on the open side. So good opportunity for England to play 8-9 to create a numerical advantage. Murray is on the blind. He's going to now make a decision if he's going to stay on that side or fold to the open side. How that affects the 14. On this illustration, we can see May is over, so Murray now can either stay on the blind, follow the ball and go to what we call source, or he can swing around, go to the open side, defend from there, what we call single. Just remember, he needs to be a meter from the scrum, behind the 8-man feet. If the 8 of England then decide to pick and go to the blind, that would leave it for the blind side flank and for the 14 of Ireland to cover that space. But then referring to this scrum 8 minutes earlier, scrum halves will also play the wheel. If they feel it wheels and they can get to the source, they'll stay there. But clearly with this scrum, just before they set, Murray's now talking to his fly off, telling him, listen, I'm going to come around, I'm going to single. 10 is talking to his 12, relaying the message, and then Murray's talking to his blindside winger. So for a start, they're all on the same page. So as the scrum develops and Murray folds over to this open side, from the top view, obviously teams on this left hand side would want to try and get their tight head up, put that 7 of Ireland in trouble so that he can't get to the 9. But how Ireland negates it at this stage is they have both the loose head and the hooker on the tight head, so they actually counter wheel it. But now that this puts Murray in two minds as he folds to the blind. If you can see from this back view, England play the ball. So right there, oh no, now they're in big trouble. And now Youngs can get onto that first defender and basically creates a 7v5 for England. And now it's over to the ball carriers and the decision makers. But before we get to that, just as a quick side note, see the width at which Youngs receives this ball. Sometimes we were coached tap the 8 and then it gives you the ball directly, but this way it gets really wide out onto that first defender in the back line for Ireland. So from here it's very important. Youngs is going to square up and really attack the advantage line, fix his defender, and then his attention goes to the inside center of Ireland. If he's square like that, he'll play the ball at the back. Obviously if he turns his hips, he can play that short ball for Farrell. Quickly want to switch to the back 3 of Ireland. Look how out of shape they are now because of that mix up on the blind. That 14 should really close the space quicker for his wings on strings so that the 15 can close. You really want to teach your 15s as soon as the 10 makes the pass, he must close the outside, and then 14 covers the kick space onto Ford. And same goes for Ford. He'll turn his hips, attack square and hard to fix his defender, and then he'll take his cues off the defender opposite to Alangi. If that guy turns his shoulders to go outside, he'll play the short ball. If his hips are square, like in this situation, he'll play the ball out the back to May. Look at the movement patterns. It's basically a movement we've copied from league, and it's to negate that rush defense, that up and in defense. So a lot more depth coming from the guy at the back. Also take a look at how tight that short dummy runners are and the guys at the back. That basically does two things. The ball doesn't travel long in the air, so for ball watching defense, it gives them very little time to react. and that hard, tight running lines also it boxes the defense. So that's what creates space on the outside. Just have a look when we switch to this front view where forward's eyes are. A great shot of Johnny May just talking to him, telling him where he is. Good comms. And then as the pass goes, they're right behind each other, making it impossible for the defender to make a read. And now again from this back view, look where Elliot Daly is getting the ball, just opposite the right hand post. And look at all that space for the winger. Imagine a guy like Cheslin Colby or any speedy wingers getting that amount of space to work with. I just want to switch to this dummy runners. Look at their timing. We so often get this wrong. As soon as Young passes, Farrell is still an option. He's still behind the ball. His hands are up. He's animated. Same with Manu here. He's a realistic option. Behind the ball, his hands are up. And that's what really makes it difficult for the defenders. To wrap it up then, here's the try from start to finish. I really hope you enjoyed some of the analysis. I firmly believe there's no right or wrong. It's only the tactics you have, applying to what type of team you have, what type of players do you have. And then from there, really make them believe and create buy-in so that they can execute that as a unit. And then finally, if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel down below. Please feel free to leave any comments. Also, you can go visit our website at www.sasrugby.com for some further analysis and insights. Thank you very much.